You know the feeling. We've all been there, right? Either it's that pounding head after a great night out, or it's that overwhelming need for a nap right after Thanksgiving dinner. But have you ever stopped to think about what's actually going on inside your body? Well, today we're putting these two titans of discomfort head to head. It's time for a biological showdown. So let's get right to it. When we pit a hangover against a food coma, which one is actually doing more damage? Which one is biologically worse for you? That's the question we're going to answer. You know, on the surface, they seem pretty similar. In one corner, you've got the morning after, the headache, the sweats, maybe a little regret. In the other, the afternoon slump. You can't keep your eyes open, you can't think straight, and you can't stop yawning. But underneath these symptoms, there are two totally different battles raging inside you. All right, first up, in this corner, weighing in with a toxic punch and a whole lot of dehydration, it's the undisputed champion of morning after misery, the hangover. See, a hangover isn't just one thing. It's a devastating three-hit combo. First, it hijacks your brain chemistry, then it unleashes an actual toxin into your bloodstream, and for the finisher, it drains your body of water so badly it messes with your brain.
So here's punch number one. The moment you start drinking, alcohol goes to work on your brain. It's like it presses the mute button on your brain's go signals while turning up the volume on the stop signals. This just throws a wet blanket over the whole operation, which is why everything feels slow and kind of fuzzy.
Okay, but here comes the real villain of the story. As your liver is working hard to process that alcohol, it creates this nasty chemical called acetaldehyde. And get this stuff is way more toxic than the alcohol you drank. This is the chemical that triggers inflammation all over your body and makes you feel so sick and awful. And for the knockout blow, that skull-crushing headache. You know, alcohol makes you lose a ton of water, right? Well, that dehydration gets so bad that the actual tissue around your brain starts to shrink and pull away from your skull. No joke. That pounding you feel? Yeah, that's what's literally happening.
And now for our challenger. Entering the ring with a belly full of carbs and a powerful wave of sleepiness, it's the formidable food coma.
A food coma, well, it's a total roller coaster. Right after that huge meal, you get this quick spike of energy from all the sugar. But then your body hits back with a massive wave of insulin, which leads to this dramatic energy crash. It's a total nosedive into Sleepy Town. And this is the key moment. Insulin's job is to move sugar out of your blood. But after a giant meal, your body can kind of freak out and release way too much insulin. It gets overzealous and pulls too much sugar out of your blood, and poof, your energy levels just plummet. While all that is happening, your body flips a switch. It activates what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. You can just think of it as rest and digest mode. Its main job becomes focusing all the body's resources on one thing: digestion. Think of it like a power grid. Your body is diverting all the energy away from, say, your brain, to power one giant factory, your stomach. It has this one massive job to do, and everything else gets put on the back burner. That's why you get that brain fog. There's just less power available for thinking.
Okay, the bell has rung. We've seen both fighters in action. One is a toxic assault. The other is your body just working overtime. So, after looking at all the evidence, who's the loser? Which one is actually worse for us?
Let's look at the tail of the tape. With a hangover, your body is in full-on crisis mode. It's fighting toxins and dehydration, which causes system-wide damage. With a food coma, your body is in a natural overdrive. It's dealing with a big meal, and the impact is just a temporary energy crash.
So, biologically speaking, the loser by a technical knockout is the hangover. And honestly, it's not even a close fight. So what? Why does this even matter? Well, understanding the difference here is really key to understanding what our bodies are going through and how we should treat them. So here's the bottom line. A food coma, even though it feels sluggish, is really just your body doing its job, digesting food. It's a completely natural process, just kicked into high gear. A hangover, on the other hand, is your body in a state of emergency. It's desperately trying to recover from a poison, inflammation, and major dehydration. One is a process, the other is damage control. So while they both might ruin your day, only one is a real biological crisis. Now that we've settled that, I'm curious, what other burning science question should we put in the ring for our next showdown? Let us know.